During the holiday season, we've been trying to keep you posted on some of the things that are going on in the community related to the holidays, and there's a menorah lighting in the quaint village of Skippack coming up this evening. Michael Shaw is going to spend a few minutes chatting about that with us here on the AM edition. And Michael, thanks for I don't know if you get up early today to do this, but appreciate the time.
Yeah, I got to get up early to go to work anyway, so no problem at all.
Well, it's a happy coincidence then that we get to chat with you. Michael, tell me a little bit about what's going on in Skippack tonight. I understand it's from 7 to 9, a menorah lighting. What's happening?
Yes, that's correct. We're lighting a menorah for the holiday of Hanukkah, and the actual lighting will be at 8 o'clock. If you come early, there are some free donuts available for the taking.
There you go.
The actual ceremony is very beautiful. It will start at 8 o'clock, and what's interesting is Skippack has a history that goes back about 360 years to before the American Revolution. This is the first time ever in the town there's been a public lighting of the Hanukkah menorah, so we're excited about that.
Well, how about that? Yeah, the village of Skippack is historic, and now, of course, it's kind of a quaint village where people go, and there's a lot of great. I'll tell you what, you talk about being able to find stuff for people that have everything. Go to Skippack Village and walk around a little bit. I guess this is an exciting time in the village.
Yeah, it's a great night to visit Skippack because it's one of their. There's actually another activity which they call Illuminaire Nights, where the stores stay open late till about 9 p.m., which is a little bit unusual for Skippack.
Yeah.
And the menorah lighting itself, we should let people know, is going to be at the Southwest Trading Post. And it's an area right in the heart of town called the Victorian Carriage Shop.
Mm-hmm.
So look for signs that say either Southwest Trading Post or Victorian Carriage Shop if you're coming for the lighting.
Yeah, Southwest Trading Post, one of our great advertising partners, and they're offering 10% off during the holiday season, so you can take advantage of some savings. Certainly stop by the Southwest Trading Post and the other locations in Skippack. Nothing like walking around. You can certainly spend a couple of hours easily walking around Skippack, and in the evening, it's even quainter than it is during the day, I think.
It's beautiful. It's going to be lit up by candles. They have lights all over the place. It's speaking of candles and lights, it kind of all fits together because the whole town is lit up for Illuminaire Nights. Real quickly, I want to say a thank you to the owner of the Southwest Trading Post and to his family. That's Mr. Butch Kalin. He's been a tremendous supporter of mine. I also do a website for Skippack, a blog for Skippack, and he's just a great guy. And all the stores in Skippack are individually owned or family owned. They're all mom and pops. There's no corporate ownership of any store in Skippack. So if you come to Skippack to do your holiday shopping, you're supporting a family-owned business.
I had a brief time, about a 6-month period, where I actually lived in Skippack. It was all too brief. It seems to me every time I go back, there's something more. It seems like there's a real good energy in Skippack right now, and you, as somebody who's sort of a chronicler of that as a blogger, you sort of have a kind of a broad perspective. There is a pretty good energy there right now, isn't there?
It's an extremely positive place. It's an extremely, how can I say it? It's just a very welcoming, friendly town. It has sort of a touch of small town atmosphere and a touch of kind of urban sophistication. We kind of have the best of both worlds. You know, it's a small town. We're not big. It's a very small area. You can walk the whole thing, but there's a lot going on. We have beautiful stores, great restaurants. We have an excellent community theater. There's just Skippack really is an amazing place. I do 2 websites. I love Skippack.com and bestofskippack.com, where you can read more about it. But I moved there about 5 years ago, and I love it.
Well, I would say this: if you get a little bit weary or a little bit ground down by the big box store or the mall experience during the holidays, go to Skippack and walk around, because it's a completely different thing. It's a whole different thing, and you can actually enjoy, I think, shopping, at least for somebody who gets a little intimidated by the malls like I do. Yeah, you walk around Skippack and have a good time, because it's a completely different shopping experience, no doubt about that. Michael, Really appreciate the time this morning. Thanks for coming on, and good luck tonight. Again, it's 7 o'clock. From 7 to 9, there's sort of festivities, but 8 o'clock is the actual menorah lighting, right?
8 o'clock is when people have to be there.
Very good. All right. Michael, thanks for the time.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Michael Shaw joining us, talk a little bit about the menorah lighting in Skippack.